Trump will be speaking to the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, along with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization leaders, amid attempts to get a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. And he hopes for a productive day leading to the ceasefire. The Vice President J.D. Vance also met Zelensky to address the ongoing conflict and negotiations for peace. Let's look at this report.
US President Donald Trump will speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin, followed by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the NATO leaders to push for a ceasefire deal between Russia and Ukraine. Trump has been pressuring Putin and Zelensky to agree to a ceasefire in the three-year-old conflict. Russia and Ukraine held direct negotiations in Istanbul last week, but ceasefire eluded the final outcome. Istanbul talks kept the door for further negotiations open as both the nations agreed to hold a new round of talks and a prisoner exchange involving 1,000 people from each of the side. Ukraine's President Zelensky met US Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio after Pope Leo's inaugural Mass at the Vatican on Sunday. It was the first meeting between Zelensky and Vance since they clashed during talks at the White House in the month of February. Zelensky said the meeting was good and reaffirmed his eagerness to find a diplomatic breakthrough. Europe remains on edge due to the conflict. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, France's President Emmanuel Macron and Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk also spoke with Donald Trump after the Istanbul talk. Pointing out the catastrophic cost of the conflict to both the sides, the leaders underlined the need for an unconditional ceasefire. Since taking the office in the month of January, Trump has repeatedly stressed that he wants to see an end to the conflict and has recently backed calls for an unconditional 30-day ceasefire. Bureau Report, DD India.